The first game of the Rio 2016 Paralympic Games for Canada and for Spain. The Canadians are a fascinating mix of youth and experience, a team who have gone through the mill in recent years after a gold medal in the London 2012 Games. The loss then of the hero of the piece, the idol of many, Patrick Anderson, one of the best players of a generation of all time. The guy, absolutely magic, but he's gone now from the Canadian ranks, and that creates a huge hole in the armour of the Canadians, and it means for the likes of Spain, who are occasionally brilliant, occasionally terrible. There's their lineup. Daniel Stix, the 19-year-old. Carlos Ferrer, the number 5 three-point player, 43 years of age, over double the age of the number 4. Coach, of course, Jose Manuel Artacho. Jordi Ruiz was MVP of the team as they qualified through the European Championships. There is Artacho to qualify back in 2015, seeing off the team from Italy. But for the Spanish, this really is a fine opportunity. They can be inconsistent, but they equally could come here, and if they hit form at the right time, they come from a country with an incredibly strong professional league, which includes many international players who will be here at the Rio Paralympic Games. And there's the Canadian lineup. The two youngsters, Gonkin and Moronchuk, 24 years of age and 20. Bo Hedges, though 36, is a real veteran. He went to Beijing, he went to London, won a silver and a bronze respectively, and there is the coach, Stephen Belawas, who will be directing his team as he aims for, well, firstly to navigate the pool stages. If you're wondering who it is with that fantastic moustache, that's the number 11. It's behind Bo Hedges, that's Chad Jasmine.
Please welcome tonight's referee.
The two teams just returning to their benches to have a discussion, and the final pieces placed into the jigsaw ahead of this one. There are the starting lineups. Number 4, the youngster Stix starts. Pablo Zazula. Number 7, Alejandro Zarzula. Number 9, they're the Beltran twins. 11 is Jordi Ruiz. And number 13, Asia Garcia Pereira, the number 4-point player. 4 is Nick Gonkin for Canada. 6, Bo Hedges, Chad Jasmine. Previously mentioned about the superb moustache for Jasmine. Number 11. 13 is Vermette, and 15, experience, the captain, David Eng. Each team, of course, will have a mixture of impairment and classification. Each team has to make up their starting 5, and any 5 at any time, from a group that can't exceed 14 points on court. For example, Jasmine's a 1.5-point player. Vermette's a 1-point player, so that only takes up 2.5 points of the team's total. Eng, 4.5 points. And then you've got Hedges, who's a 2.5-point player, and Gonkin, 4.5-point player. So that's how the Canadians make up their starting lineup within the classification. Canadians are ready, and they look focused. Have they got enough, though, to fill the gaping hole that is the Canadian team minus Patrick Anderson? Jonathan Vermette of the Bulldogs de Quebec, ready for action, and the referees, Carsten Railing, Jamie Osagura and Mulitan Jelinek. The Spaniards winning possession in the opening tap-off, and it's Pereiro. Nothing on that occasion for them. Jordi Ruiz picked up the pieces. Out it goes to Pereiro once more. Ruiz, long 2 from him, nothing there that time, and Gonkin's in in a flash. Born in Sarajevo, Nick Gonkin. Lose one weight, then the other. This exciting youngster. Here it goes to Vermette. He can't keep hold of the ball, and a nervy start for both teams, but you can appreciate that. They're playing on the biggest stage open to them, the Paralympic Games. For the Spaniards back in 2012, they finished 5th against Germany in the 5th-6th playoff. As Pereiro looks for the opening points and gets the opening points. Garcia Pereiro originates from Bilbao in the north of Spain. Bo Hedges, one of the most experienced players probably in the competition. Gonkin. Pace. Looks up as Pereiro comes out and tries to find a way through, but the whistle had gone from referee Carsten Railing. It was the first foul of the match for the number 13, Garcia. Garcia, Pereiro, Gonkin, around, out, back in it went though. Great shooting for the 3 points for the number 4. This lad is something special. 2 points to 3, Canada lead. Garcia drops it into Zarzula Beltran of the Alejandro variety, who opens up his account to make it 4-3. Off the fast break for the Spanish. And the foul called there, it looks like it's against the other Zarzula Beltran twin, Pablo. From Jerez de la Frontera. Jasmine finds Eng. Eng, closely guarded by Pablo. Eng spins it out to Gonkin. Oh, can't quite find Jasmine, but he can find Vermette with a stroke of luck. It goes against the Canadians there. David Eng, who in his early part of his career won a number of medals from the bench as a rookie in 2004 at Athens. He won gold. Also included the Amsterdam 2006 World Championships, where he again picked up a gold medal. A glittering start to his career. He'll be hoping to continue that towards the end of his career, but without certain members of the team who were around back 10 or 12 years ago, could be a lot taller an order for Eng. Out to Gonkin. This lad might help. Lovely shooting, his second 3 of the match, and Nick Gonkin is standing up on the world stage and being counted here. He's showing himself to be not just one for the future, but one for now. 6-4 the score. You cannot start a Paralympic campaign many better ways. Ruiz with the foul. It was against David Eng. Under the basket for Alejandro Zarzula Beltran. And we're now at 6 points apiece. And David Eng with the basketball for Canada. 4.5 point player, so the maximum classification you can have in wheelchair basketball. Pablo was the man in the way. Canada restart with the ball. Gonkin to Hedges. Hedges, huge hit by the number 11, Jordi Ruiz. Vermette it goes, and Canada remain under pressure. Garcia. Player going out of court for the Spaniards. Handing possession back to the Canadian team. Bo Hedges to inbound from no one in British Columbia. Really does have a tireless work ethic, Bo Hedges. Gonkin. Innovative, comes just off his toes and out of court. Garcia and Gonkin will go head to head in this one. See there, Garcia, the taller of the two. Not necessarily more mobile. Gonkin, very agile, very slender. Eventually overcomes Alejandro Zarzula Beltran to inbound the ball for the Spanish. We've played just shy of 4 minutes in the first quarter and we're locked at 6 apiece. Dropped into the number 4, Daniel Sticks, the 19-year-old. What a finish that was for the Madrid-born 1.5 point player. You want your low point players to make scores like that. That will not count for the Canadians. They remain 8-6 down. Garcia will inbound. Finds Alejandro. Here's Garcia once more. Ruiz. Long two from him, won't go anywhere. Comes down, well worked by Daniel Sticks once more. Sticks tirelessly in and out of the paint. Garcia with a shot, that won't go down, and Bo Hedges can collect for the Canadians, and away comes Gonkin. Eng in the backcourt looking to pin one of the Spaniards back in there, and the pace of Gonkin really can make a difference from here on in. Lovely pass to Hedges. Hedges steadies himself, shoots off the glass, doesn't go, and Garcia can gladly pick up the defensive rebound. It's like fake and then launches the long pass, which may roll away from Pablo Zarzuela Beltran. Oh, vicious pass from him to Ruiz. How Ruiz kept hold of the ball at all, but the whistle goes, that will not count. Bo Hedges was on the ground and it was deemed to be dangerous, although really Hedges was out of the way. Bullet pass from Pablo. So the Spaniards get play underway once more. Alejandro Zarzuela, good for 2. And it's a 4-point ball game. Spain with a 4-point lead. Here goes Gonkin. Pressure on Garcia, goes around him like he doesn't exist. Straight through the advertising hoardings at the back, and then Garcia sends a long ball, quarterback styly towards Alejandro, who can't hold on to it. And the Canadians make some changes. In comes number 10, Abdi Batadini. That is the number 7, Peter 1. Garcia, lovely ball. Oh, the two twins working brilliantly together. It was Pablo to Alejandro, and Alejandro put the points away. 6 points of difference. What can these substitutes do for the Canadians? Liam Hickey is the number 8 who just passed to Gonkin. Gonkin in possession. Long shot from him. Doesn't find anything that time. Ruiz for 2. And this is painful watching for Canada the last few minutes. The Spaniards have suddenly raced into an 8-point lead with 4 minutes 18 left in the first, and we go to the first time out of the game. Spain are in a good position here. Spain 14, Canada 6. Spanish basketball, Spanish wheelchair basketball has had a bumper year in the club competitions. winning the European Champions Cup. So one country very much on the up in world terms, one sadly on the demise, although let's say it's rebuilding, and Gonkin very much testament to that. This young number 4, hugely exciting, and really welcomed into the game with 2 3-pointers, but now it's the race away for Pablo. Gonkin can't get there, and it's 16-6 now, and you have to ask where the points are coming from for Canada, because the only player getting anything like a shot away at the moment is the man on the ball at the moment, Nick Gonkin. He thinks about another 3. It's served him well so far. Oh, well played to find Liam Hickey, the number 8, 18 years of age. And Hickey couldn't get the shot away. The Mustangs play it from Newfoundland. Newfoundland, an area that has no wheelchair basketball league, so he has to travel for his competitive matches. He gets the first of his 2 opportunities at the free throw line. Only joined the senior men's team in 2015, Hickey. You'd have thought he'd been around for years shooting free throws like that. It's 16-8 with 3:40 left in the first. Augustin Alejo Alonso all the way through, but misses everything. A foul called against the Canadians. Sorry, against the Spaniards. With Canadian ball. It was against Alejandro, his first foul of the game, the team's 4th foul of the quarter. 16-8. Over 3 minutes left in the first. Gonkin and Hickey trying to run things here for the Canadians. 2 players that would still qualify for the Junior World Championships. They're here running the show for Canada at the Paralympic Games 2016 here in Rio de Janeiro. Now, Alonso over to Ruiz. Second violation for the Spaniards. And Ruiz is blocked in by everyone who can get across to him. Here's the Spanish coach, Tacho. Gonkin, followed by Alejandro, who just peels away and allows Sanchez to go to Nick Gonkin. Hickey. These 2, you can tell they have a real connection. Both very exciting flair players. Similar height. Similar build as well. An exciting future for Canada and an exciting and memorable past. You have to go through the difficult times as teams after such a impressive period in the World Game to rebuild. 16-10, Spain a 6-point lead. Here goes Hickey. Gonkin. Atadini, player with huge amounts of experience, quietly goes about his business. The 1-point player, born in Somalia, now representing Canada. Out goes Gonkin to take a break and have a breather. Ruiz spins. Over it goes, and the shot off the glass is good for 2 from Augustin Alejo Alonso. The assist from Ruiz And 8 points the difference now for Spain. What a start it would be for them if they can go and beat the reigning Paralympic champions. Of course they know the scenario, of course they know the situation for Canadian wheelchair basketball, but it still would be a feather in the cap of the Spaniards. Group A consists of Australia, Turkey, the Netherlands and Japan, alongside these two, Canada and Spain. So it has the gold and silver medalists from London 2012. Australia were beaten to the gold by the team in red that you see in front of us tonight. Ruiz, Pablo. So close, but not quite there for Diouf. Foul called against number 11. It's a technical foul. It was number 10. Excuse me, number 10. No, confirmation. It was 11. It was Ruiz. It's a technical foul. And it will be free throws for Hickey and the ball back as well. Liam Hickey misses the one opportunity he had from the line. Returns inbounding the ball. Just over a minute left in the first. Eng, quiet so far, David Eng. One, Eng once more. Hickey has to reach. Shapes for the shot, won't get the shot down that time. And away comes Ruiz, who was penalised with that technical foul just moments ago. Eng defending. Spun across, oh, brilliant take. The basket not good on the first attempt, but is on the second for Diallo Diouf. Amadou Diallo Diouf, the three-point player, 24 years of age, originates from Las Palmas de Gran Canaria. Into the game, the player who now lives in Bilbao. He makes it a 10-point difference. Hickey, Eng followed by Diallo, who holds his hand in the air to tell the bench that it was him who committed the foul. Not appealing for anything, he's just purely helping the bench to do their job. It's his first foul. The team are well into foul trouble now, the Spaniards, and that means that Canada will again go to the line for two. Back returns Bo Hedges. Eng misses the first by a long way. Gets the second, brings it back to 9, 20-11 the score. Spain still with a 9-point lead. As we tick right towards the end of the first. A good first quarter this one for the Spanish. And there you go, the score at the end of the first quarter. Spain 20, Canada 11 here at the Rio 2016 Paralympic Games, the men's Group A stage.
Vitória parcial da seleção da Espanha, 20, Canadá 11. É o grupo A do basquetebol masculino em cadeira de rodas dos Jogos Paralímpicos Rio 2016.
We saw this happen in the previous game of Germany against Iran. Iran pulled through, but Germany.
And there are the statistics. 2011 the score, 53% plays 30% in total field goals. 2 from 2 though from the three-point line for the Canadians, 100% for Gonkin. 3 from 5 free throws. for the Canadians. A long time to go in this one. The Canadians have not had a good first quarter in their return to Paralympic action for the first time since they had the gold medal round their necks in London. The Spaniards are considered a good team in world terms, but haven't always had the form in the top competitions. Although, of course, they performed well in Incheon, South Korea in 2014 to finish 4th. Canadians would expect bigger threats from the likes of Australia and Great Britain later in the competition. For now, though, they're worried about the Spanish and the score: Spain 20, Canada 11, Group A in the men's wheelchair basketball. Ben Moronchuk, another of these exciting young Canadians. Jasmine Moronchuk, 4.5-point player. David Eng, one of the older generation. Moronchuk, right-handed three-point shot. Didn't find his intended target. Hit the rim, but unable to put the ball through the hoop. Ruiz. Pablo Zazuela. And taken down by Chad Jasmine. Plays for the Calgary Grizzlies in Canada. Jasmine. Eng. Under the basket for Vermette, and it doesn't go anywhere near on that occasion for the one-point player who originally started playing the game during rehabilitation back in 2001. David Eng looking frustrated at the moment. Frustrating, launching the ball down court as he went out of play. Alejots. Alonso Ruiz, 3 points from him. Magnificent stuff from the number 11, Jordi Ruiz. Originally joined FC Barcelona wheelchair basketball back when he originally started playing this sport. And shoots, hits the ring, bounces down. And there will be chance for shots for David Eng. 23-11 the score. I must admit I was concerned for the Canadians coming into this competition. I didn't quite imagine that they would be 12 points down so early on. 1 from 2 for Eng. Hope that is second. Two from 2 on that trip to the line for David Eng. Nothing on that occasion. Diallos is there though and makes no mistake. Diallo was quick with the offensive rebound and then put the ball away, the three-point player. Jasmine. Bo Hedges. Hedges pushed out by Pablo. Eng spins. Close defense by Sanchez. Hooks the ball across to Jasmine. Two of the old-timers linking up here for Canada. The whistle goes on the play. Chad Jasmine will go to the line for the free throws. 25-13. Substitutions being made. Back in comes Alejandro Zazuela Beltran. Chad Jasmine was not a automatic selection on putting himself up for Canadian selection. Took him at least a couple of goes to make the Canadian team, but since then hasn't looked back. Alejandro launches the ball to Ruiz, who's isolated up court. Alejandro gets up with him. Aleos doesn't go that time for the number 51, Aleos Alonso. And now Gonkin, Hedges, great pace from the Canadians. For the first time we really see them fly down court. Hedges once more, and he makes no mistake on the second attempt. The 2.5-point player began playing competitive wheelchair basketball in 1996. Years ago. Gonkin was only 4 years of age. 25-15, 6:30 left in the game. Jasmine. Moronchuk. Again, a one-handed, rather unorthodox effort of a three-point shot for Moronchuk, and he gives away the offensive foul there, the 20-year-old. Keen music fan and guitar player, Moronchuk. Sanchez will inbound the ball. Francisco Javier Sanchez Lara, to give you his full name, and he comes forward once more. The one-point player races ahead of Pablo Zazuela. Ruiz, it hits the ring and comes back hard. Oh, well played by Alejo. And that was rapid stuff. Pablo Zazuela gets the first. Three points for the game. 26-15 the score. And the second. 27-15 now. 5:58 left in the half. The timeout's been called. The Canadians are having a word with the referee. There's a lot to think about. There'll be realism from the coaches. Full well, this is a team for development, it's a team for the future. Leading the scorers for the Spanish team. Number 9, Alejandro Zazuela. 8 points for the game so far. For the Canadians, well, those two early three-pointers for Gonkin means he leads their scorers, which is a rather sorry tale, really. Hickey with 4. David Eng with 3, the captain, and 2 for Bo Hedges. Apart from that, very quiet indeed. Gonkin with 40% of all field goals, and both of those came from outside the three-point line. Hedges will start the Canadians off again after that timeout. 7 offensive rebounds to 2. Spain lead the way on those. Gonkin finds Jasmine. Hedges on the right-hand angle. Finds Gonkin, who's done the hard work to get to offer for the veteran. Jasmine, oh, it's stolen away, and there's a unsportsmanlike foul called against a smiling Chad Jasmine. The linking of the arms above the head mean it was called as an unsportsmanlike foul. So Spain will have free throws and the ball back as well, which is why the Canadians do not go over to challenge for the ball. Back in comes Hickey. Back in as well. In fact, in for the first time, Tyler Miller. Back in also Peter Wan. And Sanchez will take and gets it. Stroke of luck off the rim. Up high and drops. Two free throws from the 2 attempts offered. And Spain get the ball back, and they've nearly doubled the score of the Canadians already. Sanchez, prime opportunity for the angle for him, and makes no mistake at all. Super stuff from Francisco Sanchez, the 1-point player. Invaluable to his team. He only takes up 1 of the 14 points that they have available to them in classification, and he is shooting fantastically at the moment and has 4 points for the match now. Eng. Oh, David Eng, 3 points. Barely done anything all match, Eng, and it suddenly turns round and sinks a 3 with ease. Take him out to 6 points for the game. Strong shooting from Alejo Alonso. 29-year-old, raised in Vigo in the northwest of Spain, if my geography is any good. Hickey, over near Portugal, Vigo. Eng spins, darts, finds Jasmine. Back to Eng once more. Looks for another 3, and that time goes nowhere near. Alejandro Ruiz heading down into the last 4 minutes of this first half. Spain, Canada, 33-18. Make that 35-18. Alejandro Zarzula Beltran into the paint and comes away with the 3. He's a saxophonist. Alejandro plays the saxophone. Out it goes. 35-18, Spain versus Canada. It's one-way traffic at the moment in this one. As someone who has watched the Canadians through their golden years, prior to 2000 they had never medalled at the Paralympic Games. And since 2000, the first Paralympic gold medal match I watched was Sydney 2000. They've won 3 gold and 1 silver. They beat the Netherlands in 2000 as Miller comes away with the ball. Beat Australia 2004, lost to Australia in 2008 and beat them again in 2012. That's some record. But now 17 points behind Spain. Spain won a bronze back in 1996, but since then haven't Hasn't really come close to the podium in the Paralympic Games. 14 is Moritz. Up it goes from Alejo. Alejandro Vazuela Beltran just waits there, picks off the points, and 37-18. Where can Canada stop the rot here? How can they slow the Spaniards down? Tyler Miller from Kitchener, Ontario. One, right-handed, round the rim and drops nicely for him. The foul was called against Peter One, who put his hand up to acknowledge. Regularly a player who's tasked with shutting down the top opposing team's offensive player. Sanchez helps himself to another couple. And again, Spain are nearly double the points of the Canadians, 39-20. Canada, who have played out a vicious rivalry at times with Australia over the last couple of, well, decade and a half of Paralympic sport. I think a number of the players on those teams, there really isn't much love lost, and what a play that is from Morris. The 2.5 pointer who plays at Bilbao BSR in the Spanish league, and he reverses the finger roll for two. What a play, ends up on the floor and won't mind at all. 41-20, 1:34 left in the first half. Canada here are being pulled apart by the Spanish. Those two three-pointers of Gonkin early on seem a long time ago now for the Canadians. They need something to spark them once more. Can Hickey provide? No, not on that occasion. Alejandro instead picks off the defensive rebound. And there is Alejandro at the other end, putting the ball away to make it 43-20 now. 16 points personal for the game. Hickey. Moritz has come into this game, has shown his flair, has shown his hard work. Sanchez, one of the players of the game so far for Spain. Nothing there on that occasion for Alejo. Look at this. The gall of the youngster. Going and having a word with the referee. Timeout's being called. 23 points difference as we head into the last 42 seconds of the second quarter. The end of the first half is nearly upon us, and it will be a half that cannot end quickly enough for the Canadians. Spain need to make sure they don't become complacent in this one. There's a long way to go. And there's some players that really can make a difference. What a treat Rio is in for in the next 2 weeks. Those two have got the moves. It will be a fantastic competition across all sports here at the Rio 2016 Paralympic Games. Gonkin. That's a 1-1 from the free throw line, but in open play. Doesn't go for him. Alejo. Morris. Pass to Sanchez. Sanchez, who really plays above his points in what he adds to the team. Gonkin can't hold it. Morris just lets the ball run out of play. David Morris, who made his international debut at the Paris European Championships back in 2005. There goes the hooter for the end of the first half, and it's been dominant stuff for Spain here. The score, well, can you believe it? Spain 43, Canada 20. Canada only scored 9 points in the whole of that quarter. The Paralympic gold medalists from London 2012, Adam Lancia there in the background with the shaved head, was a gold medalist on that team as they saw off Australia. And there is confirmation of the score at half-time in Group A. Spain 43, Canada 20. Well, the statistics look away now, Canadian fans. 26% of total field goal success. From the two-pointers, 19%. That's not just bad, that's worse than bad, really. 19% is nowhere near what the Canadians would expect. 51% if you look at the Spanish, that's much more like it. 1 from 3 for their three-pointers. Canada, 43% of theirs. They've hit 3 from outside the three-point line. And 56% from their free throws. Well, at half-time, it's a long way back for Canada. Spain 43, Canada 20.
This is the halftime of an amazing match, but you know, people say that gringos, they cannot samba. And I'll try to figure that out right now. Então, gente, tá no meio de uma partida sensacional, mas dizem que gringo não sabe sambar. E eu vou tirar isso a limpo agora. Because I have on this side my Canadian team. Let's present them. Beautiful team, let's make some noise. Beautiful team, let's make some noise for the Spanish team.
Hey everyone, do you want to learn how to samba? It's easy. Let's go. Step, right leg, and then left leg, and then right leg. Again, with left leg, right leg, left leg. Again, and 1, 2, 3. Again, and 1, 2, 3. A little faster, 3 times like 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8. Again, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8. Okay, you can use your arms like this. The girls can use like this, okay? And girls, remember, you can use your hips, okay? Let's go again. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. One more time. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Hey, remember, smiling. Happiness is the spirit of samba, okay? Let's go. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, you got it? Let's try with music.
So I want to see what have you taken from that class, okay? Kick it to me, give me the sound. So, Sugar Free, can you play some samba for us? bom, mas chegou a hora da gente fazer uma coisa muito legal também. So, samba was great, but now it's time for us to do something very cool. So guys, listen to me. I want to do a wave in slow motion. Tô querendo promover uma ola em câmera lenta. Então vamos todo mundo, ó, entrando no clima, esquentando, mãozinha pro alto, e na hora de fazer tem que caprichar no slow motion. You have to be like very careful with the slow motion, like you have to pay attention because the face goes in the slow motion as well, okay? Você tem que prestar atenção, gente, que o rosto também vai no slow motion. Então vamos esquentar que vai começar, hein? Vamos esquentar que vai começar. 1, 2, 3 e... Slowly, you're in slow motion. Let's go one more time around in slow motion. You have to feel the rhythm of the song and go along with it. Bem devagarinho, sentindo cada movimento. Tá bonito, tá chegando aqui de novo. Ó, vamos lá, e agora vamos acelerar, hein, gente? Vamos acelerar que tá pro jogo recomeçar. Vamos, go, quick, fast, quick, go, let's it go! Beautiful, you are rock and roll, guys! Yeah! Keep on going,
Both teams just preparing for the second half. Practice for the Canadians. Much needed on the evidence of the first. The Spaniards could not have had a better start to their 2016 Paralympic Games efforts here in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. David Eng, not used to this at Paralympic Games. He's more used to the top of the podium. And his career has really been a glittering one. Times are different now in the Canadian team. It's a fascinating story for the Spanish to see how far they can go in this competition. Didn't qualify between 2000 and 2008 for the Paralympic Games. The doldrums for the Spaniards as far as the Paralympic Games is concerned, and there is confirmation of the score at halftime in the men's wheelchair basketball. It is Group A. Spain 43, Canada 20. Leading all scorers at the moment. On 14 is Alejandro Zazuela Beltran. Garcia Pereiro bounces the ball high. The second half of Spain-Canada, and it starts with Spain extending their lead once more. It was Alejandro Zazuela with the points. Gonkin puts the ball up, hits the rim, bounces down. 45-20. Nasty stuff for Moritz, but he's okay. He's back up. Garcia. Over it goes. Pablo Zazuela. The block set by his brother. The screen. Gonkin races away. Down court. Made his Canadian debut in the 2009 Junior World Championships. Lovely shooting. Bo Hedges for the two. 45-22. Hedges. He's been called to Canada and British Columbia for many a year now. Vermette making a nuisance of himself under the basket as Alejandro Zazuela couldn't get the ball to sink. 45-22. Two apiece in the early stages of this second half, the third quarter of the match. Group A, a tough pool. Australia, Canada, Turkey, the Netherlands, Japan, Spain. Alejandro catches the defensive rebound. Gonkin causing problems, almost tipping himself out of his chair. Garcia, finger roll, in for two. Makes it look so easy. He's a bright lad. Alessio Garcia studied computer engineering. David Eng. Bo Hedges drops the ball in towards Jasmine, but it was easily picked off by Alejandro, and away comes Garcia. Moritz. Garcia. Doesn't find it off the glass and the rim. into the face of Garcia, who recovers well and puts the ball away despite receiving the ball right in his cheek. Alejandro goes away to steal the ball off David Eng. And Canada now 27 points behind. You have to say that looking over the pool they're in, could well be favourites to finish bottom, and that is really sad times for Canadian wheelchair basketball if that's the case. One of the pioneers of the sport for many years, one of the countries that really did lead the way on the world stage. David Eng will have 2 shots. Just a quick practice of technique for him. Garcia was in the wrong place as per protocol at the free throw line. Have to alternate between players. And Eng gets the first. And he makes it 2 from 2. 2009 Male Athlete of the Year by the Canadian Wheelchair Sports Association, David Eng. But Pablo goes straight down the other end, and Spain now over 50, 51-24. And a foul called as well, which brings Spain flying back. It's against the number 4, Nick Gonkin. In fact, it was against the Spanish number 4, Daniel Sticks. Canada regained possession but can't do anything with it. Pablo takes the hand and out of play it goes. And again, the ball turned over. 51-24, Bo Hedges. Right-handed off the glass, comfortable for 2. It's a man who very competent, very confident in his own ability. Studied business marketing. Higher education level as Alejandro makes it 53-26. Gonkin looking to spark something here for the Canadians. David Eng put the shot up. It will be 2 shots because it didn't fall and he was shooting as he was fouled. Technically, the player has to be shaping to shoot, I believe, as they're fouled. Adi Fatadini returns to the action. You see there the hand just whipping across. Tyler Miller as well in. Peter Wan also. Bo Hedges goes out with a frustrated slap of the hand of Stephen Ayaloas. Darryl Nordell and Mike Frogley, the assistant coaches of Canada. Frogley on the end to the left-hand side, just talking things through with Chad Jasmine and co. David Eng to continue. Good shooting by him. 2 from 2, takes it to 10 points now for the game. 53-28. Eng and Jordi Ruiz eyeballing each other, but Eng gets taken out of the game and he heads along the line. the game, Adam Lancia. Alejandro, no mistake, finger roll on the left-hand side. 55-28, the Spaniards lead. Took that last spot from the European Championships to come here to Rio. The all-important last spot. European wheelchair basketball going through a very strong period in its history. Alejandro once more is in there, once more makes no mistakes whatsoever for 22 points now. 57-28. Lancia, another player with a career glittered with medals. Fatadini, also part of the wonder years for the Canadian team. Made his debut back in Beijing 2008, winning silver. Continued on to the London gold. Alejandro just tips out of his chair. And Lancia, not overly helpful in proceedings, but still turns around and asks if he's okay. Timeout called. 57-30 Spain lead. 4 minutes 20 left in the third period here. Day one of the Rio 2016 Paralympic Games.
One, two, three.
Well, the crowd loving the action here at the Rio 2016 Paralympic Games. Garcia. Garcia up off the rim, falls for Lancia, who explodes away from Jordi Ruiz. In fact, it was the number 17 into the game, Jesus Romero Martin. Miller, 1. That is Ruiz. That is Martin onto Alejandro, and then Garcia. Oh, Gonkin went flying past him, and it gave Garcia the opportunity to grab the rebound. His glasses get smashed into his face, and he has to adjust them. Gonkin just comes over to apologise. It wasn't deliberate, it was part of his attempts to stop Garcia from scoring. And it meant that Gonkin picked up his third foul of the match. Ruiz. Right-handed, doesn't go from outside the paint on the right-hand side. Garcia retreats. Lancia comes over the halfway line. 36 years of age now. From Scarborough to the east of Toronto. Gonkin can't flip the ball onto Abdi Fatadini, who takes control of Alejandro. Well, there's a mismatch in points there. Fatadini just a 1-point player, Alejandro a 3-pointer, and he was bullied by the smaller player. Fatadini considered to be a great leader, and he led Alejandro off the court there and gave away the foul, his first of the match. Ruiz under the basket, Steals a 2 for his team. 59-30 Spain lead. 7 points of Ruiz now for the match. Gonkin. Oh, just loses the ball, but one collects. Gonkin once more, left-hand side, off the glass, rim, out it comes as well. Garcia races away, Gonkin back in defence quickly. Lancia tries to get across to Garcia, and Garcia just sensibly slows the play down. Ruiz then increases the pace once more. Miller in defence. Nice pass to Garcia from the number 17, Romero Martin. Oh, lovely shooting from Ruiz. So few mistakes. A player who speaks 4 different languages. Bright as a button and incredibly talented to boot. Fatadini. Oh, it thought about staying out and it decided to fall instead. 61-30. Abdi Fatadini somehow made that stick. Alejandro misses everything. That wasn't the Alejandro we know and have seen. Hit 22 points so far for his team. Alejandro currently leading all scorers. 11 from 17 of his field goals have been successful. Daniel Stix knew straight away he was the one that drew the foul as he smashing into Gonkin. Abdi Fatadini. Down it comes with no points added to the Canadian total. Rather a disappointing total it is. David Eng leading the way with 10 points. And Spain now racing away, 63-32 into the last minute of the third. And truthfully, I expected Spain to be ahead in this one, based on form and knowledge of wheelchair basketball, but I didn't expect them to be ahead by quite so much. Adam Lancia in our shot there, the 4-point player who's a prosthetic and orthotic technician. Lovely free throw from Lancia. He's a member of the Canadian junior team that won gold at the first ever Junior Men's World Championships back in 1997 in Toronto. Lancia will go to the line once more. That team then went and defended that gold medal in 2001 with Lancia there also. He makes the second, 63-34. 100% from the line for Lancia. Garcia. Miller comes out to meet. Garcia into Alejandro. It rolls up off the rim and down. Foul called against Peter One. Team's fourth of the quarter, and 2 personal fouls for One for the match. Garcia. Ruiz is in there. That was magical by Ruiz. He was pacey. He found the gap and he then made no mistake from inside the paint. 31 points the difference here. Lancia. Nothing there that time. And there goes the hooter at the end of the third. And it's currently painful reading. Adam Lancia shows his frustration. Painful reading for the Canadians. Spain 65, Canada 34. They only scored 14 points in that quarter to Spain's 22. There's confirmation of the score at the end of the third here in the men's wheelchair basketball Group A. Spain 65, Canada 34. Canada may have scored 14 for the quarter, which isn't a big score, but it is their biggest of the match so far. They've snuck out to 29% for the match from total field goals. Spain 53%. Well, that really just tells the story of the match itself. You cannot expect to win games of wheelchair basketball at the international level with a 29% shooting success rate. It's just not good enough at this level of the game. The final quarter underway. 31 points for Canada to make up if they want to grab their first win of the Paralympic Games 2016. David Eng with the 2 as the shot clock ran down. Ruiz looks for the 3. It really does show the impact that Patrick Anderson had on this Canadian team and on World Wheelchair Basketball. Canada qualified second from the Parapan American Games in Toronto 2015. They lost to the USA in the final 62-39. So not dissimilar to the score here at the moment against Spain, having seen off Brazil 70-54 in the semi-final. Of course, Brazil qualifies hosts for the 2016 Paralympic Games here in Rio de Janeiro. Ruiz inbounds. Under 9 minutes left now in the match. Sanchez returns and makes it look so easy. 8 points personal for the game. 67-36. And Liam Hickey has returned to the action. Chad Jasmine. Glass, slight bit of ring. And comes away with no points. Oh, slipping through the hands of Pablo there. Pablo, who plays for CD L'Union in Spain. Same club as Australian Bill Latham. He's also playing, of course, in Group A here at the Paralympic Games 2016. Lovely pass across to Ruiz, who spins out. A practice shot. Spain will have the ball on the baseline. Alejo. Up it goes and down for the long 2. A long way outside the paint. Oh, absolutely casual from Jasmine. No one saw it coming. and he just put the ball up and down with ease. Former competitive ice hockey player. Ruiz comes back with 2 points of his own, 71-39. Ruiz really has been magnificent today. Finger roll off the glass, round the rim. Makes it look so easy. Trust me, it's not that easy to shoot while sat in a wheelchair, which is moving at pace. With a 10-foot basket. And 5 aggressive opponents trying to stop you, and Ruiz again goes in. That time it doesn't work, but he gets smashed into by the Canadians. And the foul goes against Bo Hedges. His first foul of the game. It'll be 2 free throws to Ruiz, who's set now on 15 points. Doesn't get the first. Does get the second. So 1 from 2 takes him to 16, 72-39 the score now. Hickey. Ball into Eng, who's inside the paint. Eng turns away slowly and laboured. Doesn't really come away with any intensity as Sanchez has the ball as the whistle's blown. An important player for this team, Sanchez. Alejo, number 51. Ruiz, more and more of an impact on this game now. Jordi Ruiz, on 2 Italian championships in his time with Cantu. Jasmine. Hedges. Eng. Alejo not careful with his chair. Lucky to get away with it. Canada don't get away with it, and here comes Ruiz now once more. Interplay between Pablo and Ruiz. And away go the points to Ruiz again. 18 points to the game, 74-39. And Canada won't be able to wait for the end of this one. Eng. A defensive rebound picked up by the number 10, Amadou Diallo Diouf. And Ruiz just waits. Over it goes to Diallo. He can't hold on to the ball. Liam Hickey can. Jasmine comes flying. Oh, a lovely pass to Hedges. And the old-timers get it so right for Canada there. That's how good they can be. Those two were part of the support act in the Patrick Anderson days, but it worked so well. Alejo just puts the ball off the glass once more, and again stretches the Spanish lead. I mean, no offence to Hedges or Jasmine when I say they were part of the support act, when you've got such a lead actor as Patrick Anderson, a lead player, the main man on this team, to be the support act. There's no mean feat on the world stage. Substitutions once more rolling for both teams as Pablo heads out And Ruiz heads out for Spain. In comes the number 17, Jesus Romero Martin. That's Ben Moronchuk of Canada, the number 5. Sanchez, nothing on that occasion. Moronchuk, who played for Canada at the Continental Clash in Great Britain in the run-up to the 2016 Paralympic Games. Where Canada finished 4th. Oh, lovely take. And Moronchuk's there with the defensive rebound. Hedges, 4 minutes to go now. Hedges still trying to keep the intensity for the Canadians. 1 underneath the basket. Hedges comes out to regain the possession for his team and tries once more off the glass. Nothing there that time, and this time Moronchuk can come out and do the same. Moronchuk, Hedges just has to turn away. And the conversation at the moment is about how much time should be left on the shot clock here. It looks to me somewhere between 2 and 3 seconds. There's been 2 fingers held up, 3 fingers held up. It looks like 3. It's going to be 3 seconds on the shot clock. Canada ball. Can they get the shot away? Moronchuk with the attempted 3-pointer. Doesn't go. Dion Green, number 12. And inbound for the Canadians. Hedges turns away. Moronchuk turns inside the paint and sinks the 2 as well. And this is spirited stuff from this Canadian team. It's all about the future for them. Imagine what these youngsters will be like come the likes of Tokyo 2020. It'll be a totally different proposition then with the Rio 2016 Paralympic Games. Probably fond memory of experience gained. 3-2 left in the 4th and the timeout called. Spain 76, Canada 43. Diallo unsuccessful with the first free throw. Waits on his second. Who finished in the silver medal position previously at the Under-23 World Championships. Now it's the turn of Dion Green to come flying forward. Moronchuk once more. into Vermette. It'll be Vermette to the line for 2 shots as Diallo with his 4th personal foul of the match. Sends the number 13, who plays for Bulldogs de Quebec and the National Academy in Canada. Joined the full Canadian team in 2014. You see, even while Vermette was taking his 2nd free throw, there was action in the other end of the court as players were jostling for position as they were waiting for the outcome of the free throw and whether finding a position would allow a quick break for their team. 76-44. Nothing on that occasion for the Spanish. The interesting point from the Canadian coaches during the last time out was, this is good stuff, keep it going, good work rate. It's good to hear such positive coaching and a positive mentality from a coach despite being 33 points behind a team that are only ranked 5th in Europe. All too easy that time for the Spaniards. Up it goes for David Moritz. Highlight of his career, playing in London 2012. No doubt now as well, his 2nd Paralympic Games here in Rio. And number 5 into the game, Carlos Vera, a 3-point player. Alejo Alonso misses everything. That was a terrible pass. Jesus Romero Martin went to try and pick up the pieces but couldn't get there quick enough, and we've only got 1 minute 17 left in this one now. Well, there's a competition. This one has been over for a very long time. But that said, the Canadians have kept working at it. Green couldn't do anything on that occasion. Vera can't get the ball, and the Canadians will inbound from the sideline. 14 is Tyler Miller. Plays for Variety Village in Toronto. Peter 1 steals in, grabs the 2. They're born in South Korea. Seoul to be precise. 1 spins out to the right-hand side. Nothing on that occasion for the Canadian team. 78-46. 20 seconds left to play. Alejos Alonso makes it 80-46. 34 points the difference between them here. And you have to say, it's a deserved victory for the Spanish. Alejo Alonso, 10 points personal for the match now. Moronchuk. Miller. Moronchuk and Alejo Alonso. Battle once more. There goes the final hooter. And the Canadians, gold medalists in London, have been humbled by Spain. It was on the cards from very early on. Do not be too surprised. In the last 4 years, this has very much been coming. In fact, Canada are probably on the upturn now from where they were a couple of years ago. The Spanish definitely on the upturn. They'll be hoping to continue their form through the Rio 2016 Paralympic Games. Sanchez was superb. Garcia led the way at times and played very well for his team. The number 13 picking up 6 points, hitting 43% of his field goals. Alejandro Zarzuela, the number 9, 22 points for the match, 11 from 17. Ruiz, 18 points at 53% of his field goals successful. Really led the way. Well, it's been fine action here. The Carioca Arena 1. The Rio 2016 Paralympic Games. Back to the drawing board for Canada. Abdi Fatah-Dini isn't used to losing like that. Mike Frogley, the great coach, now assistant of Canada. A man who has coached at Illinois Champaign University and then led the Canadians to success for a long time. A bitter pill to swallow for Bo Hedges and David Eng. But the future's right there. Moronchuk and Gonkin of Canada. Strong contingent of fans from both Canada and Spain, showing their appreciation for both teams.